Once we start talking about changes to the backyard, my brain starts thinking about all the things. But also at the same time, I think it's important to know where the future of this space is going. So I wanted to kind of talk through a little bit about that, just so maybe you get a good understanding of why we're choosing to do what we're doing here.
Alright, Saturday morning, time to get into the service work project again. We have to take down our temporary tarp shelter that we put up in the winter during renovations. It's a hot day, kind of windy. We were going to do some tree clearing today, but the wind was too much. But we're going to start clearing this out and taking her down.
All the ghosts you keep in hiding, they don't scare me away. No, 'cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. There's a past that keeps on calling, or if fear keeps you awake, I won't let a scar keep me from your lips. I catch every tear from your face.
We have to do this now.
There's a past that keeps on calling, or if fear keeps you awake, I won't let a scar keep me from your lips. I catch every tear from your face. 'Cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you.
Okay, one more, okay?
With you.
Yeah.
I can't stop.
You want to undo the last one? Maybe we can just hold off.
I won't stop falling
That's actually great. What happened there was this last bay came out onto the ground, so we'll just be able to take that apart. But this line right here is about 15 feet, and that's where the new greenhouse is going to go. So the new greenhouse, a timber frame greenhouse, is going to go from the back of the garage to where this line is, and then it's going to go from where the wood shed starts over there. It's going to go that's going to be the door into it. And then, so it's going to start there, and it's going to go all the way to here, and I'm going to put a 2-foot raised bed on the outside of it. So it's going to be amazing. And then we have this to fold up and clean. It's not too bad. So we've got an awful mess here, eh?
Yes, we do. Are you looking to help?
Yes.
Okay.
We are preparing for our backyard landscaping renovation, and the reason why we are focusing on it the end of the season this year is because at the beginning of the season next year we're going to start our timber frame greenhouse. So we want to build the pad for that and also work on the drainage a little bit. We have ponding really bad in the springtime, and we have enough land that we can make it go in our field and not have to deal with so much wetness up here. So if I turn you around, I can show you kind of my thought process back here right now. It's probably going to change 15 times before we actually install it. So this is in between our house and our garage right now. We're going to install a concrete pad out till about here. We're getting rid of all of these blocks here and making all of this like a much wider path here. And then we're going to be cutting that asphalt out and making this a big concrete pad in here. Some place for that water to drain. And then there's going to be a connection here that goes out that way to get rid of the water that pools in here in the springtime. And we've really noticed that really bad this year because we had so much rain. I think we broke some records this year on the amount of rain. You're back here coming into you can either go that way and go to the garage, or you can go left and you can go onto a path that's eventually going to take us to a deck that is built off of the sun porch here. That's why the steps aren't on yet, because we're building a deck here. It's going to be about 12 feet wide and the length of this sun porch. The other thing I'm thinking about, maybe instead of doing that, I might consider offsetting it. Instead of starting here and going this way with the deck, I was considering starting here and going this way with the deck, so that you could have a set of nice easy steps right here that go up to a nice deck here, and then you would have another set of steps off of here going to the secret garden that's going to be in here. Maybe I've said too much. I think I may have just figured out where I want the middle of the new fire pit area. So the fire pit is here right now, and it would be fine that if it stayed here, that would be fine. But we have to scrape all this off anyways, so it gives me the opportunity to find a new spot for it because it has to be rebuilt anyways. I have everything I need here to actually lay this out. I have a tape, I have a marker, and I also have a sledgehammer, so that when I find out exactly where this is going, I can bang it into the ground. old fire pit is there, and our new fire pit is going to be here. And I just wanted to move it so that it was lining up directly with the entrance from the sun porch here. I wanted this to line up directly because you're going to come off that, and then you're going to hit a set of another deck here, and then you're going to come down another step and then onto a sandstone path here, and then you're going to hit into the circle. You see the circle here? So that's going to be the edge of the stone that we decide to put in the area for sitting. So I went through and I took out all the cylinders that we had around this existing fire pit. These are just like cylinders that you get for like testing concrete. I got them from a friend years ago, and I've used them around the property a ton. You've probably seen them in the garden. We're going to be reusing these somewheres. The other thing that we're going to do is remove this herb bed. We planted this herb bed probably 7 years ago, and it was wonderful while it lasted. But there's a weed in here that I can't seem to get rid of, and I'm not going to even take any of these perennials out of here because I don't want that weed somewhere else. So we've got a raspberry bush here that is going to end up in the compost. I have jewel weed that's taken over in the back here, which was absolutely stunning when there was orange flowers on it. I got stinging nettle. It's really good for your compost. You have to soak it first though, and I've got a bunch of it growing in the garden too. We have some coneflowers. I bought coneflowers this year and put them in the garden because I knew that we were going to be getting rid of these ones. But yesterday we did harvest some seeds off this one, so hoping in the grow room over the winter I can start some. And then this is where the herbs sort of start and take over. They're all intertwined, and then those two hostas are going. So the only thing we're keeping here is this honeysuckle, this mandarin orange honeysuckle. It's stunning, it's thriving, it thrives every year. And then the rest of this spot, from where the well comes out there to where the sun porch starts, is just going to be like a flat gravel pad. I'm hoping to put an area where I could just have pots. I'm not sure, but I want to make sure that the sun always comes through those two windows. So that's the purpose of changing this to a gravel pad. So when you come out of the garden in the new plan, basically about here, it stops being this beautiful path with wood chips and all that, and it's going to be gravel. So there's going to be gravel all the way from the shed. I'll show you over there where the sticks are, but all of this is going to be gravel with the exception of right here to probably about here. This is going to be a raised bed in here. Something that really likes the shade. I want in there. So this is the view from our driveway. So our driveway now stops there, but it's going to eventually come into here. So all of this, right from that post, that orange post right there, all of that's where it's going to start gravel, and then over here is just going to be driveway. So we're going to have a double gate system here that's going to be about a 10-foot high panel. We're going to do a barrier here as a buffer. In a nutshell, that wide gate is going to go from here to the corner here, and there's going to be two panels, and they're going to open up. And then we're going to have another fence that comes out here and then goes back up into the trees and then goes up against the woodshed there. So this is going to be completely closed in here. And then inside of that's going to be our gravel pad. That's going to be an area where we can cut up anything we need to cut up. It's going to be all gravel here with, remember, we're going to have a fence of some sort running here. This is just the materials, the metal siding that we're going to be using to cover up the entire garage. So this siding is old. It was time for a paint job about 5 years ago, but we knew that this was coming, so we let this sort of go. So this is all coming off, and the wood shed's going to get metal siding as well, and then we'll paint that all as well. We took these and we put them aside when we were dividing stuff up because we knew that these ones were going into the garage. So we just kind of stacked them here. I'm just going to keep putting these away and show you what it looks like after. So all of that is going in here to make the walls better protected. Can't wait, it's gonna look awesome. Wow, I didn't know how many were actually under there. I had forgotten, I guess. But this is gonna be, this along with the ones that I just brought into the garage, it's gonna be more than enough to do the back of the fireplace and the ceiling probably too. And then this was the one on the bottom. It's in the worst shape, but I laid these out just to let them dry off before we bring them inside. And because we do use materials that we got these off of friend's barn, they've been sitting for a while, so we got to make sure that we just clean them up before we put them away. It is new. This is where the first row of columns is going, 2 feet away from the building. And then the second row of columns is going here. And then the third row is the outside, which is at 15 feet. So we're gonna have a system here to catch the rainwater from the garage roof. See here? It's insane how much water comes off there. It's absolutely insane. So right here, there's gonna be 2 to 4 totes sitting here, all interconnected, so that I can tap into that and water the plants in the greenhouse. It's gonna be awesome. We rented the mini excavator with just the small push blade in the front instead of a skid steer that we'll be renting after this. So not the weekend coming up, but the weekend after that, we're gonna be able to finish this project. But for now, we're gonna do drainage. Everything's sort of marked out here. We're gonna have 2 main lines that come out here, distribution lines. Have big dreams for here. This is where we would come into the service area. We're calling it the service area. Every spot that has gravel would be our service area, and then right here would be our pad that we're going to do for a timber frame greenhouse that we're going to build in the spring next year. That's where the pad is going here. But it's going to stop over there. So that stake right there, it's going to stop right there. And the other side is going to be more of like an entertaining area. But you're going to be able to come through here. Remember, it's all gravel here, except for a small area here where we're going to have a raised bed. And then you would just, this is going to be cut off here. So the panels in the garden are going to go at an angle now. And the road to the back is going to be right through here. So you're going to walk right through here. And you're gonna come out somewheres around here on the fence. I hope that gives it a good view. And then, now this is where it gets interesting. In the future, we would come up this gravel road, and all in this backyard, we would have 4 high tunnels here. Trust me, I know it's a lot, but I have big plans. I always am dreaming about something. Whether or not it happens or not, it doesn't really faze me. I just want to be thinking of you know, what could be more and more in my life. And I hope you are too. We are grateful for you. Bye.